And we're back with episode 006 of the War Not a Podcast. Yeah! And I feel kind of chilly in here.
Oh, it's a little spooky.
It is a little spooky. Why is it a little, what's going on with the screen?
Why is there an empty chair here?
Wait, who is this person? Do we have a new special guest? Torres? This is a Halloween spooky episode. So, put your costume on, your candy, and buckle up because it's going to be a ride, all right?
Yeah.
So, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, I am Captain Torres. It's my first time being on this podcast, and I'm the recruiting officer at Det 592.
Yeah, recruiting.
Yep.
So I got on this special topic today. But before we do that, we won't be able to change the background because as you can see, it's something going on. But we have our PT debrief. So going over that was a Halloween PT debrief. So what you think about that? It's a little tradition
we
have.
want to go around and tell
detachment.
everyone what our costumes are?
Okay, we definitely can do that. Let's start off with you.
I'm supposed to be Ice Bear from We Bear Bears. I was with two other cadets. We had Grizzly Bear? Grizzly Bear, Panda Bear, and I'm Ice Bear.
And we probably have our video editor show the
My little
pictures of
picture.
that. Yeah, so y'all can see. And then
I'm the Gold Nugget. I'm supposed to have like 6-7 more chains on this, but all the gold's on here. So
The stipend didn't hit yet, so happy.
And then, for all the dweeb fans out there, y'all should know who I am. But if not, I'm supposed to be Kakashi, but I kind of did like my own version. Yeah. So
nice.
So for Halloween PT, we just basically, instead of wearing our regular PTGs, we wear our Halloween costume, our outfits we're going to wear for actual Halloween, which is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully this video will be posted.
Hopefully this video will be posted on Halloween.
Oh, tell them what we did today at PTE.
Oh, we had flight competitions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it was like GMC, and then PLC, and then it was like broke off to the AS100, AS200s, and then it was like a PLC team, B PLC team, so AS300 and 400s. They kind of cheated, so they're like 3-0.
400s
in volleyball. I don't know what
300s.
They had a cadre member help them with serving the ball. Like we just had us.
He literally missed his serve.
And I think Cadre gave you guys 1 point. But I know 300s were undefeated.
Actually, the 400s cheated because they were supposed to rotate after every serve, and they never did.
Sound like there's two of them against me. I don't like
They
that.
kept their best players in, and they still lost.
Yeah.
Who was the best players? Please let me know.
Ooh,
We was out the
actually,
best players.
yeah.
No shade, but but that was pretty fun. We had volleyball, basketball, and dodgeball. So it's a good entertainment we have for the Halloween PT. Right before we take our PFA next week.
Yep.
So hopefully our cadets are getting prepared for that.
I hope they are.
That's gonna start running with that. But any other comments, PT?
Go 300s.
Yeah. Oh, this is the first time that. Oh wait, no. Cadet Bulls wasn't there. That's a couple of those.
Pitfall's going off. Well, ending off. Strong. So we got 2-3 more weeks left.
I think 3 more weeks.
So, I'm really looking forward to it. But other than that, we got to start our actual topic of today, which is, I'll let you introduce the topic of today. Change it up a little bit.
Okay. The topic for today is scholarships and financial aid opportunities and application processes for AFROTC scholarships.
Yeah,
which is why we have our special guest here, the recruiting officer.
Money.
He knows all about the different scholarships.
So speaking of that, we're gonna start off with our scholarships. I'll let you introduce that.
Alrighty. So first things first is that there's 3 types of scholarship. You have the in high school scholarship, and then you have the in college scholarship, and then the AFJ-ROTC scholarship. So to kick things off, the high school scholarship is just basically you get your 100% of your college tuition paid for, which is amazing. And then on top of that, you get travel expenses. So whether it's gas money, which is amazing. Imagine commuting 30 minutes away and get paid for that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And then you have the in-college scholarship, and that's just basically each semester or each year is $18,000 is covered. So that as long as you don't have really expensive classes, you should be fine. And then you have the JROTC scholarship, and that's basically you coming from high school, doing I believe 2 to 4 years of JROTC, and then you get your 100% of your tuition covered, and you get $10,000 of allowance for housing. So.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I know, it was pretty cool. I wish I did some JROTC now.
Yeah.
And then there's one more scholarship, and that is the Charles McGee Leadership Award. And that's basically you getting scholarship money for completing field training. And then you get monthly stipends, which is ILC. And you get, for every month, you get $450, sorry. And then your SCL is $500 monthly. So ICL is $225 every bi-weekly, and then SCL is $250 bi-weekly. So
just give me my money.
Yeah, give me my money.
Yeah, that's like the most beneficial thing after completing, getting an EA, go to field training. Like now you actually get paid, so you actually can say it's a working job being ROTC. Depending on some circumstances, you might not get your money right then when you're supposed to, but that pay does come in.
Come to clutch.
But you'll get paid.
You definitely get paid. Don't worry about that. Your NCOs will definitely help you out with that. Make sure you get your money with that. But then again, with that, it's not a lot of money, so we go in with some income advice towards the end of the video. But just keep that in mind with everything you get paid. Next topic on that: how do you apply for HSSP? Got it down here, but since you got an iPad, I guess I'll go over it. Basically, if you go on the website, which hopefully we'll be able to do our resources soon, but if not, if you just type in ROTC scholarship, it has everything on there. But basically, for what I got from it, step 1, you basically would just read to the first to verify eligibility to make sure you actually can apply for it. And then step 2, you got to sign up and start creating a Wings account. It's going to be really important in ROTC. Make sure you have that Wings account. That's where everything's going to go in.
You need your Wings account.
Yeah. We got to talk about that.
Once a week. Once a week.
Wings account.
They now used to email stuff like this going to be like, this is going to be your next texting device, with the Air Force. Then step 3, you're going to log into your Air Force RTC account if you have one. If not, create that as well. And then you're going to complete your profile page. Going on step 4. Once completing the profile page, you now start your, you have a checklist for ROTC application, and it will include an activity sheet, so make sure you just go down each item, wherever you need, verify it, and get that complete. After that, you will go to step 5, which is you have to download your counselor certification form, scan it, upload it, and then sign it. Make sure your counselor verifies it, make sure everything's good. Get a copy of that, and also get a copy of unofficial high school transcript, which must include your 9th to 11th year. Once all that is good, scan into your documents. You go into step 6, which is your PFA, fitness assessment. Make sure you get that. Make sure you have a passing score on that. And then you can send that electronically to your application process as well. Scan, upload it, complete that with the worksheet application. Then lastly, step 7, you're just going to enter your GPA either manually in the fields provided on the application, submit a SAT or ACT, either score that you have electronically through the testing agency using the ROTC test code 0548, and then enter your GPA electronically in the fields provided. So I know it's a lot. Like I said, if we don't have the resources yet under this video, just go to Google, search ROTC scholarships, and it should pop up and get the same steps I'm saying right now. But for those that's interested, if you're in high school and you want to get the HSSP scholarship to apply for ROTC, there's one way to do it.
And feel free to contact anyone from any Air Force ROTC program that you want to join in, not just UNC Charlotte, but any school you want to go to for their ROTC program. You can just contact anybody in the cadre, and they'll probably they will be happy to help you with it. So.
I do want to mention too. Now, if once you graduate high school and you think that you're unsure if you want to go to UNC Charlotte, let's say you want to go to a community college, well, you could do that. I actually did that. I went there for 2 years and still did ROTC classes. I participated in Lead Lab, which is Leadership Laboratory, and PT Mondays and Wednesdays. So you're still able to compete for any of these scholarship programs. So if you want to try out, test the waters a little bit, that is another route you can go.
I don't know if the mic cut off, but what you were saying about if you're unsure, if you're unsure about joining ROTC, I wouldn't recommend applying for HSSP because one thing is that if you're getting your tuition paid for, you have to contract with the Air Force. So you're kind of locked in at that point.
Yeah.
If you watched our first episode, we talk about how you can try it out and you can leave whenever you want. But if you come in with a scholarship, you sign a contract and you take the oath of enlistment, and that kind of binds you to ROTC. And if you leave, you can leave, but you will have to pay that money back or enlist.
So. Yeah, keep that in mind with that. So, money is a big thing, especially when it comes to military. So, but another question you'll probably ask is, what is scholarship's requirement? I'll let you handle that.
All right. So, first things first, you need U.S. citizenship. You also need to be medically qualified. So you have to pass DOMR, which is very important, and that's kind of like just certain allergies, good vision, good hearing, stuff like that. And then having a good GPA is very important. Minimum is like 3.0. So if you're around there, you want to go a little higher, highly suggest it to be more competitive. And like Walker said, passing your PFA score is very important. So put in the time now, work on your push-ups, sit-ups, get some running, and you should be fine.
And then lastly, financial aid. I know you kind of went over it with the housing, but if you want to add more to that.
Yeah, so for financial aid, you can get your whole tuition paid for. If really expensive semester, then majority of your semester paid for. Then your annual book stipend, which covers your expensive books, because books can be very expensive. Very expensive.
Just to use for one semester.
Yeah.
Or if you use it at all.
Luckily, you might get a class without any books, or your book might be online, so you might be able to just pocket the cash.
I like the professors being like, yeah, there's a book, but you don't have to get it. I'm like, okay.
And then that's when you just whoop. But and then for housing, it's very important to you can also get that paid for. Sorry. So typically you can either choose to have your scholarship paid for your housing or your tuition. So be wisely.
Yeah.
And
I had no idea about that either. Like, I was just being in tuition. I'm like, you can get housing with it too. So I guess it just depends. Like, I know I have a cadet. They was like they rather have their tuition, their housing paid for the tuition, because tuition is not that bad. It's like,
here at UNC Charlotte,
it just depends.
if you're in state, if you're in state and like you have a health insurance waiver, all that stuff, the housing, like on-campus housing, will be more expensive. Or not even on-campus housing, but like housing around the university will be more expensive than your tuition is. That's just because like how UNC Charlotte is. But if you were out of state like me, I'm originally from Virginia, your tuition will be very expensive and it will be way more than your housing. So one benefit of this is, so if you have a scholarship that covers your full tuition, you don't have to worry about any of this. But if I'm on the Charles McGee scholarship because I graduated field training over the summer, and that only covers $18,000 a year, and my tuition is more than $18,000 a year, a lot more. Yeah. But what I found out over the summer was that actually, at least at UNC Charlotte, I got a waiver for my out-of-state tuition when I was on the scholarship. So even though my tuition cost more than $18,000 a year, I got out-of-state tuition waived, and therefore my scholarship covers all my tuition now. Woo! So,
she really like
something to consider.
Give my money.
But yeah, scholarship, like, that's a big thing when it comes to our FROC, especially going for your university. Like, money is a big thing. Make sure you're stable when it comes to that. So we just want to give you some information on that. I feel like this is a good topic to have. That's one reason why I kind of joined RTC, the benefits of getting the money and stuff to help me out to pay for it. So I'm pretty sure there's other cadets in the same boat as I was. With that, do you have any income advice? Just go crazy with money, right? Just buy what you want.
Spend your money wisely. Like, it's very important. I know when you do ROTC, you are sometimes sacrificing like study hours or even your job. So maybe you're not making as much money as you was before. So just spend your money wisely. Whether you get to pocket some of the cash, just possibly use it for next semester for books. So just spend it wisely. Don't go crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, go crazy.
if you're waiting for like an in-college scholarship or for like the Charles McGee scholarship, you will have to pay for at least a year, like yourself. So that's one thing to consider. But I mean, getting 2 years of free college, maybe 3 if you're a 5-year, versus paying for all 4 years of college, like, it just depends, like, where you're at. Because obviously there's other ways to join the military and also, like, use your GI Bill if you were to, like, enlist or join National Guard or those routes that I'm not too familiar with. But, and also your stipend, sometimes it's a little late. So make sure you save some extra money because
sometimes
for some
supposed
people
to be getting
it
paid, but I ain't
depends.
get paid yet. So
If you gotta go ramen that month.
And this
Go
is like
ramen.
full transparency. Like, if you go to a recruiter, they're not gonna tell you any of this.
Yeah.
But it is just something to consider. Like,
I
save
will.
money because sometimes the stipend doesn't come on time, and you're gonna be waiting for it.
but that's not even just like just being a cadet. Like it's just really
Yeah, in
just,
general, like if
you know,
you don't
adulthood, or
Yeah.
if you have money at a young age, like you should prepare to just save your money more. You know, so get into that habit now earlier than waiting last minute to it. Now it's like okay,
Yeah.
I'm struggling with money now.
What's nice about Afrasi is like we get a stipend, but we also get like a textbook stipend on top of the stipend. Plus, like it's paying for your school too. So it in the long run, like it really saves like a lot of money. Like I'm saving so much money
Yeah.
just by contracting, like going to field training and everything.
My last 2 years is definitely a lot better now than my first 2 years.
Yeah.
Before joining out for IT program, so
And
definitely
if you
appreciate
have
that.
FAFSA,
FAFSA
like you
too,
get
yeah.
your refund check too.
A refund,
so.
yes.
Yeah,
the
like
refund.
just because you're on scholarship doesn't mean that you don't get your refund check from your government
didn't know
financial
that.
aid.
Yeah, Air Force will give you, like, if you put in the work, do what you got to do. Like she said, if you get your money, you know, get scholarship tuition paid, you're going to have to commit, you know, contract, serve. But
Yeah.
they're going to make sure they're providing everything they need so you can get your degree
nothing
and
is
commission
free.
in. Yeah.
Nothing is free,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like
Don't get complacent. So, any other last comments we have for this topic?
I think that's covers all.
How's recruiting going? Going pretty good?
It's going pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Meeting some interesting cadets, but a lot of them are pretty enthusiastic about the program and looking forward to joining. So I'm like, come to that 592.
yeah. I always love. I actually ran into one of his high school tours
Oh,
on
yeah.
Friday when I had class,
Yeah.
and also at Drill Comp when a lot of the JROTC students or cadets come and they come to like our recruiting table. It's just very interesting to see like whoever's interested in
Yeah.
joining Afro-ROTC.
I spoke to one cadet for about like 45 minutes.
45.
And I
Yeah.
love talking to their parents too.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah, my parents wasn't here. I didn't mind, so.
Yeah, actually, like, my dad was the one pushing me to talk to the recruiting table at Admitted Students Day, and now I'm here, so.
And we're glad both of you.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're all here. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
You guys didn't know this. Cadet Tornes is also a 150, just like
Oh,
Cadet
yeah.
Baltazar.
yeah.
So he came.
50 crew.
Came in,
Yeah.
grind. Yeah. Also,
Definitely.
fun fact too, I'm in the Space Force.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He is in Space Force, which
Yeah.
I do want to do a Space Force
Yep.
podcast. If not this semester, possibly,
This
hopefully,
semester,
next
maybe
semester.
next semester.
If we can get next semester.
I'll
I
be the
don't know.
star for that one too if y'all need it.
Get your application in. We got you.
Yeah, he is him and one more person in our class are like the first people at our debt to get Space Force EAs, right?
I thought it's 3, or just 2.
Quinn?
Did Quinn get a Space Force EA?
Yeah, because I think that's.
Quinn.
Oh.
Yep. He was.
He's
His
the
was the
first
first
one
one.
to get
He
the
was the
Space
first.
Force.
Quinn, and then
I couldn't
Terrence,
remember-
and then Logan.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what class they started Space Force EAs.
It was my class.
Mhm.
My class
Okay,
was first class.
yeah.
So, yeah, Space Force.
Semper Supra.
Um, if that's the last final comment, I think we're good to end this video. With that, you have never done this before, and I'm pretty sure have you watched our podcast episode? We'll take that together. We're gonna find out. You know, okay. Well, before we end it, yeah. I'm Cadet Walker.
I'm Cadet Tornes.
And I'm Cadet Him.
And you're watching the Halloween Word On podcast. Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.